Okay, guys, so for today, we're just going to try to simplify to discuss to you what is social disorganization theory. No? So, isa ito siguro sa mga theory na ma-encounter nyo sa field natin sa criminology, ang social disorganization theory. Ginagamit po ito to explain why crime exists in the society. No? So, we are going to discuss based on how Robert Ezra Park and Ernest Burns discusses this social disorganization theory. So they define that social disorganization theory is a theory developed under the Chicago School. No? So we have a three major school in criminology, as you know of. Now we have the classical, we have the positivist, and the most recent one is the Chicago School of Criminology. So under Chicago School, kung mapapansin po natin, nakafocus po sila doon sa mga social causes or social factors kung bakit nagkakaroon tayo ng crime. No? And this social disorganization theory clearly or directly links yung pagkakaroon natin ng crime rates or pagtaas ng ating crime rates due to neighborhood ecological characteristics. The very concept of social disorganization theory is that they believe that residential location matters in trying to explain the existence of criminality. Furthermore, discussed ni Robert Ezra Park and Ernest Burns that location matters due to the action of the so-called concentration and dispersion. Dito kasi sa concept ng social disorganization theory is that they're trying to look at the things that's happening in the society that may causes why crime exists, such as the so-called concentration and dispersion. Nagkakaroon tayo ng concentration if many people or if a certain place, if a certain place starts growing and flourishing, kumbaga in terms of economy and so on. So kapag umuunlad ang isang lugar, mas dumadami naman yung mga gustong tumira doon sa lugar na yon kasi it's because of the opportunities that are being presented because of a booming economy. So ngayon, dahil dumadami ang mga gustong tumira doon sa isang lugar na yon, nagkakaroon tayo ng tinatawag nating concentration in terms of population. So dumadami ang mga gustong tumira, nako-concentrate ngayon yung mga nako-concentrate yung maraming porsyento ng mga tao doon sa isang lugar na yun. So nagkakaroon tayo ng tinatawag nating concentration. And now, similarly, dahil dumadami ang tao, tumataas ang population rate, nagkakaroon ng nagsisiksikan sila sa isang lugar, may mga ibang tao naman that will move out from that place, going to other place. So that is what we call dispersion. Ngayon, it's good thing actually that if for example, a community or a society, isang location, isang residence is nagpro-progress, maganda yon in the sense that na maraming opportunities ang naibibigay. But we need to understand that under the concept of social disorganization theory is that bago tayo magkaroon ng isang organized society, especially kapag bago yung society na nagpro-progress pa lamang, bago magkaroon ng organized societies, nagkakaroon muna tayo ng disorganization. Because, for example, in a certain place na kung saan dumadami ang mga tao dahil nagiging maganda ang economy nila, dumadami ang mga tao, dumadami ang mga dayo, nadi-disorganize ngayon yung norms or values that exist in that society before pa na may pumasok na mga tagalabas doon sa isang lugar na yon. So bago maisaayos lahat, yung mga ito is disorganization comes in. Okay? So for example, in one place na kung saan tahimik sila, but because dumami ang kanilang business establishment, nag-progress ang kanilang society, marami ang mga tao na papasok doon sa kanilang lugar, na hindi naman taga doon or mga dayuhan, And because of that, yung normal na flow ng society nila, yung normal na pamumuhay ng mga taong nandoon bago pa man mag-progress yung lugar na yon is na-disorganize. Okay? And when we talk about disorganization, doon na papasok yung existence ng criminality because most likely hindi magkakasundo yung mga tao doon, naninibago yung mga tao doon. So all of this can possibly cause conflict among these people residing into that specific place. No? And as well as, when people are being dispersed, no, nagsisilipatan yung iba, they will also cause a little bit of disorganization to the places where they will be moving out. No? So yun yung mga instances under social disorganization theory that they try to correlate with the existence of crime. It's basically, to summarize it up, no, when a certain place, kapag ang isang lugar is prospering, no, nagkakaroon ng maraming opportunities, and because of that opportunities also, pumapasok din yung tinatawag nating disorganization, no? And that disorganization, yung pagkakagulo-gulo doon sa isang lugar na yon, will likely also to give birth into the existence of crime. Okay? So that's how we simplify social disorganization theory. I hope nakatulong itong discussion na ito. Leave comment if it does, no? And ask for additional topic kung meron kayong gusto pang ipapaliwanag. That's all for today. See you guys on the next video.